most of our ideas are dumb. And before your ego gets triggered, that's actually good news, because imagining being good at executing bad ideas. The problem is this, that if you can't learn the principle of how to make the discernment and the difference between good ideas and bad ideas, then you find yourself on a train which goes you don't know where. And when you reach the next station, you say, oh my God, this is not the station I was expecting. These are not the results I was looking for. And that's the problem. Because many entrepreneurs, and doesn't matter, wannabe entrepreneurs, beginning, building, growing, scaling, and the further you are in the game, the more you have to understand yourself and to understand the principles of discerning between good ideas and bad ideas, but also to know better your pattern, your principle, your algorithm of generating bad ideas, which are most of them, and good ideas, which do deserve attention and investment, energetical, spiritual, physical, mental, so that you can get results and grow your business rather than building up your ego, taking the expected as the reality, and you don't get results, you fail, and then things just don't start to go down the hill. And that's exactly what you don't want for yourself. So today you're going to use a 3-domain framework that will help you to test your ideas before they prove to you that that idea was a dumb idea. All right, good. Let's get into it. My name is Alexandr, and I help entrepreneurs how to lead themselves so that they can grow their business, so that they can understand better themselves, they can understand better the people they're leading. And if you might be thinking now like, but I don't have a team yet. Well, if you can't lead yourself, you can't understand yourself, you can't make the discernment, have a great discernment between good ideas and bad ideas for yourself, then you can't do that for others. You don't get to the team stage, the growth. It's a little bit too thick. Let's make it a little bit shorter. So the first domain is the personal leadership. The second one is the operational leadership. And you'll see how to use this framework for yourself so that you can test your ideas, so that you can see, does this idea deserve something or not? Because when we are desperate at the beginning and we want to get results as soon as possible, our emotions are all over the place, and then we start to believe that this is a great idea, oh, it's going to work, and it might take a year or two, and you don't want to spend years figuring out why that was a good idea or a bad idea, all right? Because most of our ideas are just dumb, and you'll see why in a second. Of course, this framework will help you to choose the smartest idea so that you can start to grow your business, make money, change your lifestyle. All right, so how to use this framework? First, whatever is your idea in your business, you want to change something, you want to implement something. For example, let's take for an example now AI is rising, it's more and more and more. If you start using it at the wrong time and you put too much of it and it blocks you and you don't grow, then what's the point of it? Or there might be another scenario. You have to use it in some areas, but you don't because you're too focused on one aspect. You're thinking about the growth, but you haven't established the system. Now, AI can help you in the system, in the processes, but you're not using it and you're left behind. So how to make the difference, how to split this direction of my energy and focus? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do now today. So the personal leadership, I mentioned this in the previous video before, is this triad of your emotional intelligence, understanding your emotions. How are your emotions tricking you? Your mental toughness, your thoughts, how to control your mind rather than letting your mind control you, and discovering, renewing, installing new beliefs and knowing the old beliefs, which you do have already for yourself. And we needed them. Not all the beliefs are bad. Some beliefs were really necessary to get you to the point where you are now. So that idea that, oh, the beliefs, my beliefs, well, what about them? We need to have some beliefs, but to be flexible and to be ready to change them as soon as possible. So when you take one idea, so when you do have an idea, ask yourself, is this a thinking, rational idea? Or am I feeling? Maybe you're afraid, maybe you're rushed, you want to get results and you're pushed by that emotion. Absolutely great, use your emotions, but your emotions have to be submitted to that decision. You know, one thing about me I want to share with you quickly is that being emotional, and that's great because you can use that immense power of emotionality, which can really help you to move forward. They can also really stop you. But here's the thing, that if you think that just being calm is having your emotions in check and control, this is the greatest bias you might have. Being calm is essential and necessary, but that doesn't mean your emotions are in check. You can be very calm and make dumb decisions based on your emotions. So when you're about to make a decision, make sure you put your feelings aside, your emotions, and think rationally. If you can't do that, you will be tricked and cooked, and you'll think that you are thinking, but you're actually feeling. Now, what happens that in time, a month or 2 or 3, you start realizing, oh my God, that idea was an emotional decision, an emotional idea. And now I have to use all my resources to fulfill that pride and ego which allowed me to make that decision. So you have to switch the order. Think, make the decision, then use your emotions to push forward, to feel this idea with emotions so that you can push forward and stay aligned and follow that goal, right? So that's about the leading position. The mental toughness. Think about what are the costs of realizing that idea. And the costs, I mean, not only financial, but what it is going to take. This might take you 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. Is this a good idea or not? Am I ready or not? If not, why? Maybe it's a belief. Maybe you are ready. What I mean is to have some critical thinking and also some analytical thinking. So you don't just jump on this train. The beliefs. Do I see it or do I believe it? You have to believe before you see it, but you also have to know when you're seeing it and when you're believing it. Because if you're believing it, but you think you're seeing it, you are in trouble. So it has to be a conscious decision. I don't know, I will see, and I believe I can get through. Okay, good. Now you know it's a belief. So you've formed a belief around it. Okay, go for it. But you have to know about it. When you start taking the believing as seeing as the reality and the reality as believing, which many people get it very wrong, and others might teach you that the visualization is to see it real before it is there, well, no problem. Push, invest into it. But you have to remember, this is a belief, and I'm going to use it, but doesn't mean it is there. So be rational about it. So this is your personal leadership. When you have to lead the idea, don't let that idea to lead you. You've got to have your personal leadership. So the ideas which are in front of you, you can lead them, not them leading you. The second step, once you've gone through this first step of this framework, operational leadership. The operational leadership is about solution. This is about the strategy, and it's about the focus. Here's the thing. Imagine you've got a great idea. So, you know you're going to use your emotions to move forward. You thought about it. It seems to you it's a rational idea. Good. You found some challenged beliefs. Good. Now you're ready to form new ones. Good. You're moving forward. Now, what solution? How is this idea a solution to a problem? You as an entrepreneur, you solve problems. You're not in the fun, let's have fun system. You can make a business out of it, but that's not a business. Then the strategy. And let's suppose you got also the strategy of how you're going to execute it. Great. You have to focus on it. Many people fail exactly at this stage. They see how this idea is a solution to a problem. They have the strategy, but they don't focus on it, well, you'll never know was this a good idea or not. You can have the best frameworks in the world, but if you don't set a time for yourself, 2 months, 3 months, I'm going to focus on it fully, 100%, so then you can know, not believe anymore, but to know this was a good idea or probably not yet, right? So when you take your idea, you want to change something in your business, you want to start a business, feel this framework. This will change your life, will save your life, will save you years, and will help you to start to have an income in the first 3 months of your business, not waiting 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. There are situations when things might take 3, 4, 5 years. But if you put that idea through this framework and you see that the results, the income you might have in 3 or 5 years, you do it consciously, not expecting that, oh, I'm going to become a millionaire. Oh my God, past 5 months, why nothing is moving? Well, you haven't thought through before. But if you use this framework, you're going to see things ahead, and then you're going to make a conscious decision. Do I want to do it or not? Am I ready or not? It's a conscious thing. And focus allows you to get to that moment where you can have reach this conclusion. Okay, that was good. Not really. We'll test it again. This is the operational leadership. Now, the third stage of your idea, of your whatever you want to start, change, implement, grow, expand, shrink, niche down, niche out. Every decision. This is mostly about you and your business. So that's the mix. Now, if you have already passed through these filters, this one is the most important. This one is the most important because this one is going to give you the power to move forward with purpose, not with ego and ambition, because those kind of fuels, they fade out very easily because they're fragile. They're explosive, great explosives, but they're very, very fragile. So you don't want to lean only on that. Now, the growth leadership. The growth leadership is about 3 things. Mission. You as a man and as an entrepreneur, you have to know what are you fighting for? How come this idea is so near and dear to your heart and to your mind, to your values? If this idea sounds good, Bitcoin, that's amazing, that's great, and I agree. But that's not for me yet. I will delegate that, I will ask experts, I'm not going to go into it personally. What does that mean? That means that this is not the mission of my life. The mission of my life is to help, teach, understand people, unite people, connect with people, is to understand you and to be useful, to help you to become a better leader, a better man. That's the mission of my life. Everything else can be a distraction unless I give that to others or I let others to help me. But for me, I've got to know if I invest my emotions, my energy, my thinking, my time, and my potential, it has to be aligned with the mission of my life. And a growth leader, which will get to the growth stage, depends only on this question. Do I know my mission? And is what I'm going to do aligned with my mission or not? I know it sounds sexy sometimes to jump on other people's trains, people's missions, but everybody has a mission, and you have to know yours. In the link in the description below, you can access a 5-day mission challenge, and that's exactly what we do. What's valuable to you? What's the impact? What's the change you want to see through your business in your life, so that you can live a meaningful life, not only a successful life. And one leads to the other. The mission is the most important in all this framework. Sometimes you might not see yet the strategy, maybe the focus isn't there, but if you know the mission of your life, if you know how is this aligned with the purpose of your life, even if the beliefs aren't there, you're going to build new ones. Why? Because the mission, when you tap into it, you see, wow, this is so important to me. And you start to build new beliefs. And that's much easier rather than spending years healing, fighting, God knows what with your beliefs, and I'm so like that, and I'm ready, and I have to do more work, and me. Well, it's not about you, my friend. It's about the mission, and it's about moving forward. It's about the impact. What is the impact of what you do into the world? Because if you don't know the impact your business or you as a personal brand can have on people's lives, you will be easily moved. A wind blows and then you start to bend and doubt. Why? Because you don't know the impact it does have in other people's lives. And this is the voice of the eternity within us. God has put within us that desire, that purpose, longing to bring something so valuable, bigger than ourselves, outside of ourselves. And this is a transcendental phenomenon when we start to get over ourselves and connect our potential, our energy, emotions, things, thoughts, beliefs to the impact, to the mission. What's that cause worthy of my fight, of my life? And the third one are the results. So important. It can be, because why? Because when the mission kicks in, it can be so spiritual, it can be so noble, and you start to over-spiritualize the things. You start to over-psychologically translate things. And you forget about an extremely and essential part of what you do, results. Does it bring results? Don't let the sexy aspect of the purpose and meaning of this beautiful, maybe it's a hobby, maybe that's for reading, maybe that's for healing your soul, maybe that's for your inspiration. But people don't pay you watching you, how good you are and inspired you are, and how you motivate yourself and how you do about yourself and you. They're looking for themselves, and you as a leader, you as an entrepreneur, you care about others. And how do you express that? By bringing results to the table. So when you're going through this framework and you want to dissect your idea through these 3 stages, through these 3 domains, personal leadership, operational leadership, and the growth leadership, you can start to feel the dots and say, okay, I have answers here, I don't have answers there. It's clear the strategy, but not sure it's a solution. Okay, how can I make a test of it? How can I focus on this test so that I can get better results? What are the results? What is the impact? When you sell, try to focus on the impact rather than the results. But there is a stage where you have to focus on the results too. If you have the answers of these 9 elements, you will know with a much higher probability and understanding of what are you dealing with, so that you can start to bring results. You can start to grow your business, build your business if you're in the ideal end, right? Don't stay there for too long. Use this framework, understand it. It might be a little bit painful, a little bit hard, but that's all right. You can do it. And if you need a little bit of help, the link is in the description below. Click, join the 5-day mission challenge, and we will get the clarity together so that you can start to move forward with confidence, with boldness, the way you are, so that you can bring what you have, the results of the fruits of your idea, so that your potential can grow, and also your business can become more profitable for you and for others. God bless. Stay in a winning, graceful energy, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's go. Bye-bye.